Planet Special, is that okay?
It's delicious.
Excellent, I'll have that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey there, welcome to Metro Cafe, and tonight we take you on an exploration of the Canadian music industry.
That's right, Dave. We get down with the sound and spin some discs with one of the hippest DJs in Vancouver, DJ T-Bone.
We also introduced you to Bruce Fairbairn, one of Canada's hottest music artists, having worked with such groups as Aerosmith, Bon Jovi, and AC/DC.
And we'll take a look at two more bands coming up on the Canadian music charts, Vancouver's own Spirit of the West and Toronto's Lowest of the Low. All of this and more coming at you tonight on Metro Cafe.
Coming up next, does Mitsou have a little sensitive spot? Find out when Metro Cafe continues.
Metro Cafe.
Entertainment.
Redefined.
Tell me about what you think about in the shower sometimes.
When I think in the shower, there's many answers I can give you.
Tell me about the belly button.
Okay. Well, my belly button is very sensitive and nobody can touch it, not even a boyfriend, not even my mother, because if they touch it, it's so sensitive that I can kill them.
That was great. I'm gonna have a fry. I need ketchup. Pass me the ketchup.
Oh, yeah.
So,
This is important. You really have to make sure that you shake up the ketchup because for some reason it just makes it more ketchup-y.
does it taste better? Mm-hmm. Cool. So, Cameron, you know, of all the professions in the world that you could have chosen for yourself, you know, a young, talented, intelligent guy like you, why acting? It's such a tough profession and there's so many downfalls to it. So why acting?
Well, it's one of those things that I just kind of did and really enjoyed and continued to do it and just continued having pleasure with it. And I saw all my other friends that were choosing their chosen careers and they seem to have an equal amount of difficulty getting started and they have to be very persistent. So when I weighed the two, I just thought, well, I should keep on doing something that I really enjoy doing.
Is it a look? Is it like mystique? Is it luck? Is it the casting couch?
It's definitely not the casting couch. I mean, maybe at one time it was, but no, that certainly never comes into it. I think it has to do with a lot of those different things, but I think more than anything, you have to be persistent.
Like, do you feel happy that you get a full range of...
I think I've been really lucky the type of casting that I've gotten. It's... I played a character who had a lot of problems in Love and Human Remains. I played in Eddie Keating, I played a Marine who got shot in the back of the head, who became a paraplegic. In General Hospital, I played an evil character. So, I have also played my fair share of nice guys.
In our theaters right now, Love and Human Remains.
Right, Love and Human Remains, directed by Denis Arcand, who did Jesus of Montreal and Decline of the American Empire.
How was it to work with him? He's supposed to be fantastic.
He is fantastic. He's great. He's definitely what you call an actor's director. He allows you so much freedom to sort of show him what you have brought in each day, and he'll sort of work with it. He may suggest a couple of things to do, but it was a fantastic experience.
Will you take me to see your movie right now?
Sure.
You're not busy?
Is this a date?
Yeah. Okay, it's right across the street.
It's Justine and my first date. We're going to a movie.
Look, there you are.
That'd be me.
Cool, let's go.
All right, let's go see it.
Wake up, kid, it's 1:30. The youth ain't nothing really changing but the date. You a grand slammer, but you know Babe Ruth. You gotta learn how to relate. I be swinging from the pearly gate. I got all the answers, and lo and behold, you got the right key, baby, but the wrong key. Ho, yo.
Considered the lord of the board in many music circles, Bruce Fairbairn is one of Canada's hottest music producers and has been for the last 2 decades. He's worked with rock and heavy metal bands such as Bon Jovi, AC/DC, and Aerosmith. We talked to Bruce in a Vancouver studio after a recording session.
Aerosmith, I've done 3 records with them. I started, they had made a record called Done with Mirrors with Ted Templeton, which was not very successful in terms of record sales, and I think artistically as well. It wasn't a great record for them. And they were just coming to grips with the fact that their careers were going nowhere, you know, because they were drug addicts and a lot of them had alcohol. I mean, they were kind of pretty much in trouble. So I was brought on board right at that juncture, and we made a record called Permanent Vacation, which was their first sober record, really. And it was very interesting because in addition to the musical side of making the record, we had a whole recovery side going on as well, which made life extremely tense and volatile, but very intense and very creatively kind of exciting, I guess. Bon Jovi is another one that reached a point stylistically that everybody had had enough. Bands were copying them left and right. They were all over the radio. So John pulled them off the road, and they came back with this last album. Nobody wanted to hear it. But John said, well, we're going to do it anyway. We're going to go out the road. Turns out he sold millions of records in Europe.
Coming up next, how low can you go? Toronto's lowest of the low when Metro Cafe continues.
Toronto's lowest of the low isn't just another rock band. They don't play by the rules and they don't take any prisoners. They take everything in stride, doing what's best for them. They've been able to get wide recognition and audience attention even without the release of a video, which is quite an accomplishment.
We're here with the lowest of the low, and we're talking about their new CD, Hallucinogenic, and this is all of them right here.
So there's 4 guys here, and they're also from 50 billion years ago.
They look like it,
They,
yes.
of course, would be us.
Yeah. Your band, lowest of the low. Okay, I now know where the name came from. Is that true?
It is true. It really is true. There really were only 2 people playing to play to, and our careers were going absolutely nowhere fast. We actually did. Well, actually these 3 did, because I wasn't in the band at the time. These guys actually played to the sound man and the bartender.
What are you talking about, John? Well, no, yeah, we were doing acoustic stuff when 3 of us were in another band, and we sort of broke that band up, and we didn't know whether to kind of call it quits or carry on, and we started playing. At that point, there were a lot of coffee houses in Toronto where you could play acoustic sets and do it like 3 or 4 times a week. So we started doing that, and met John in the interim, and when he joined, it just kind of started getting a little rockier, I guess. And even our first album doesn't really it's not like this one. This one's like really guitar oriented and heavy and rock, and the first one still got a lot of that acoustic side to it. So I don't know if you've heard that or not. Have you heard that? Have you heard that?
When the Rains Come is a wonderful musical presented to Vancouver by the very talented Vancouverite Anne Mortifee. We're going to take you inside the Arts Club Theatre, show you a little scene from When the Rains Come, and have a little word with Anne Mortifee herself. Let's go.
It starts on a sugarcane farm in Zululand, like where I was brought up. And it's the story of a white family, a boy and a girl. And their Zulu nanny, Gosololo, who was the name of my real nanny. And she asks to bring her son to live on the farm. And against all of the rules sort of the protocol, the mother goes against the father and agrees to let her bring her son. But they keep it a secret. And the young white girl and the boy, Johnson, become best friends. When they're in their early teens, they're separated. The father finds out and separates them. And so that's the end of first act. And then the second act is 20 years later. And he has become one of the heads of the Black Freedom Movement, and she has become a poet-journalist. It's about their love for one another and how it causes transformation in the people around them.
Now, if you can describe for us the little scene that took place, Jabula. What is Jabula, first of all, and what was taking place during that?
Well, Jabula in Zulu, the word Jabula means rejoice. So it's after Gosololo, the nanny, finally is allowed to bring her son to live on the farm. And she is so thrilled that she takes him down to the compound and they have this festive moment where they welcome him.
There's a lot of elaborate things in it, like choreography, the singing, the training, and the movement of the characters on stage. Now, you're used to doing a lot of one-woman shows, and how was that different from this new? Like, do you have a lot of control and do you involve yourself a lot in everything that goes around?
Oh, I think so. I think that theater is such a collaborative work, that, Bill Millard, who's directing it, and Ed Henderson, who has done the arrangements and has just made such a contribution. We really work together in costumes and lighting. Marcia Sibthorpe and Alison Green, we really come together and say, well, what works for you and what would help you, and this doesn't feel right for me, and so it's very collaborative, and Bill gives me a lot of input.
Thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us, and thank you for making the world a better place. And I would like to present you with those beautiful tulips just for you.
Oh, Badry,
thank
you.
And we wish you all the success.
A rainy Monday night in Vancouver. Feeling a little blue? What better to cheer you up than some house music, a tequila sunrise, and a T-bone? Inside the DJ booth with the man himself, T-Bone. Hi, T-Bone.
Hello.
How are you?
Very good, thank you.
Step into the light here, darling. There, it's much more flattering. So listen, are you vegetarian?
Yes.
And so why T-Bone?
It's a name I picked up when I first started, and it stuck.
This is house night. So tell me, what exactly is house? What's the difference between that and techno?
Techno is generally a lot harder, a lot more analog sounds. Generally also a lot faster. Completely different sound.
What's the difference between house and deep house?
House is stuff that you could consider something like Robin S. to be house, and that's house, clubhouse, house that's meant for clubs. And then deep house is generally found more often in warehouse parties. It's got a deeper groove to it. Generally, the term deep refers to sounds like you're hearing right now, like a deep organ, or a lot of deep sounds, murky sounds. Have to mix.
Okay, mix.
All right.
Do you get a lot of chicks this way, or do groupies come up a lot and on the same nights and ask you for the same songs and kind of hang around?
Not really, because I have a girlfriend and she's like, we've been going out together a long time, so, she keeps them back.
Metro.
If you had to define Roark Gourley's artistic style, you might say he takes everyday life, exaggerates it, captures the essence, and achieves humor through these three-dimensional forms. Hi, it's David Kaye. We're on Rodeo Drive in Beverly Hills, California. We're going to check out an artist called Roark Gourley. Some of the most amazing art you've ever seen. It's available at Marco Fine Arts. Come on inside. What you're looking at now is by Roark Gourley. It's called Life in the Fast Lane. It's made of wood and it's covered with a special, painted cover with a special resin. This is Dog Dream number 9. I like this. Check this out. Bathroom Quake. And one of the things about Roark Gourley's work, it's over-exaggerated, cartoon-like. As you can see by this one right here called Executress. There's the secretary going nuts. We've all had days like that, huh? If you're interested in any of these pieces of work, this is amazing, this store here. Marco Fine Arts, we're in Rodeo, on Rodeo Drive in Beverly Hills, California. Coming up next, we catch the spirit of the West, when Metro Cafe continues.
Vancouver's Spirit of the West, originally conceived as a Celtic-influenced trio, has evolved into an innovative alternative quintet, crossing many musical boundaries with their new CD, Faithlift.
Hi, it's Rob McCrea with Metro Cafe. I'm here with Linda McCrea of Spirit of the West.
Hi.
How's it going?
It's going great. I'm having a good time.
You're having a good here.
Yeah.
Here at UBC, Thunderbird Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
And so tell me about the changes Spirit of the West has gone through recently.
Well, it's over the last couple of years, we've definitely changed a lot. There's been a lot of children born to, some of the members of the band. And it's definitely changed our outlook on life, It does when you have kids. But, and we've definitely changed the music's a lot heavier and harder now. We're not as far into the Celtic thing as we used to be. Probably due to a collaboration we have with the Wonder Stuff from
So what are the changes that are going to happening like over the next year or so with Spirit of the West?
Well, actually, we just signed a deal with Elektra in the States, and apparently we're the first Canadian band that they've ever signed.
It must be like a real exciting thing for a Canadian band going over to the States.
Yeah, we haven't played the States much yet, so it's going to be really interesting. We just played Buffalo a couple weeks ago, and it was so different from what we're used to. The place, there was a lot of people there, but it was obvious that people were seeing us for the first time, so it kind of took us back to the old days, when you're sort of gathering a following and everything, and it was wonderful. We got 3 encores and a standing ovation at the end of the night.
Do you think the audiences differ a lot from difference between Canadians, say, in the United States?
Yeah, I think Canadian audiences a lot of the time are kind of shy in the beginning, It takes a while for them to really, it takes one couple to get up and dance before anybody else will get up and dance.
Metro Cafe's Movie Pick of the Week, Surviving the Game. The movie stars Ice-T as Mason, a homeless man hired to guide a group of so-called hunters. He soon discovers he's not the guide, he's the prey. He must use all of his street smarts in order to survive the game.
There's a toast to the hunters and a prayer for the hunted. Amen.
The hunters include Hawkins, an unstable CIA psychiatrist played by Gary Busey.
That morning, they send the gentleman out off the porch, tell him to run for his life. After we finish breakfast, we're going to come and get you, and we're going to kill you. If you get away, you're free.
Run! Each of the hunters is doing this for a different reason. You hear about a man who's going to pay a lot of money to hunt down a human being. Why would somebody do something like that?
I brought you out here to learn something about yourself and about this world. I spent $50,000 for you to learn a lesson. To develop an instinct you don't have. And I'll be damned if you're not going to learn it.
Jack Mason is a homeless person. He's lost his family, and he's suicidal. And he comes in contact with these people who take it upon themselves to think it's fun to hunt homeless people. They bring me out here to a camp, and they attempt to kill me. And the more they want to kill me, the more I realize I want to live.
I'm coming for you, Mason. Here it comes, Mr. Mason.
And action. The wicked roles are a lot of fun to do because people know, and you don't have to obey the laws of being good.
Derek. Dad! You son of a Master Wolf. We're all in this together, remember? That's the agreement. Just like
Cole, played by Charles S. Dutton, is the man who lures Mason into becoming the prey.
I'm the recruiter in this, you know, my character. He's the guy who goes out and picks derelicts and homeless folks. This is a cruel bunch of men here.
Bill Hawkins is a psychiatrist helping people get over the feeling of having to kill. So what does he do? He arranges a hunting expedition called The Game.
Surviving the Game. It's a roller coaster ride from one thrilling scene to the next. So hold on to your seats for this film.
Next week on Metro Cafe, actor Lachlan Monroe talks about his latest picture. We go to the mountain ranges of Disneyland for thrill riding, and it's off to church for the underground sounds of Dear God.
Isn't Canadian music something to be really proud of?
Hey, it's fabulous.
All right, that's it for tonight. Join us next week on Metro Cafe.